Whenever I make a video where I say that porn isn't that good for you because, among other things, it numbs your dopamine system, people respond in a very positive way. They say, wow, Rob, that makes a lot of sense. I guess we are going to have to quit porn. When I make a video saying practically the same thing about social media, I say, guys, social media really has a big effect on your dopamine system. It's probably not that good for you. You might want to quit doing it. People say, Rob, again, that makes so much sense. Thanks. This one's going to be hard. It sucks to hear. And I'm not sure if I can completely give up social media, but it's probably at least true. It's probably true that we would be better off not using social media. Rob, thanks for your wise words. But then I make a video where I say the exact same thing about video games. I say, guys, video games, they really numb your dopamine system. It's not that good for you. Maybe you want to reconsider how many video games you play. Maybe you might want to quit doing them at all. And the exact same people, they say, no, not video games. No, please not. Please don't let this be true. We were willing to give up porn. We were willing to give up social media, but not video games. No. Are you sure? You are right? What if we only play video games in the weekends? What if we only play video games 1 hour in the evening? Or they say, well, Rob, I'm not sure if you are right, because, this whole dopamine thing, I personally play video games and I still have enough motivation to work towards my goals. I still go to my job and I still go to the gym and I play video games at night and in the evening. So I guess you are wrong, Rob. I guess it really doesn't take such a big hit on your dopamine system. It's not that bad. Guys, we can just keep playing video games if we want to. So this is what I wanted to say. I just wanted to make one more video talking about video games to sort of get this whole debate out of the way. I'm going to say this, and then after this you can make up your own mind. This is like the one video to end the debate whether video games are bad for you or not. This is what I wanted to say. If you play video games, you might be fine. Yes, you might still have enough motivation to work towards your goals. But there is a huge difference between being fine and the amount of motivation and the lust that you get out of life itself that you feel when you don't play video games. There is a difference between how fine you can feel while you play video games and how amazing you can feel when you don't play video games. And I've experienced this. I have had several phases in my life where I either played video games or I did not play video games. And most importantly, I've had phases where I played video games while I was already sort of trying to improve my life. And so I did exactly what so many people are saying right now. I tried to combine playing video games with working towards my goals and self-improvement. And I did exactly what so many people are saying right now. I worked during the day. I worked towards my goals. I went to the gym. I made sure that I did everything that I had to do. And then in the evening, I rewarded myself by playing 1 hour of video games. Or I only played video games in the weekend or something like that. And guess what? I was doing fine. Yes, I still had enough motivation or discipline to work towards my goals. No, I was not unhappy. I was not terribly depressed or anything. I was doing fine. I am not saying that if you play video games that your brain instantly gets destroyed to the point where you can't do anything and you have to fall into this crippling depression or anything. No. I was doing fine. I felt all right. I didn't feel depressed. I didn't feel unhappy. I had motivation to work towards my goals. I worked. I did what I had to do. I was fine. But it was nothing compared to the, let's call it, hype towards life, the lust towards life that I felt, the passion that I felt when I did not play video games at all. The motivation that I had to work towards my goals was on a completely different level. The amount of enjoyment, satisfaction that I got out of life itself, out of the little things in life, going for a walk, calling my mom, cooking a nice dinner and eating it with my family without watching TV, working towards my goals, seeing something grow, seeing your body progress, etc. The satisfaction, the enjoyment that I would get out of these things was on a completely different level than when I played video games and I was feeling fine. And this is the thing. As I get older in life, I am starting to notice patterns. The people that defend video games, the people that try to look for reasons to play video games in the evening, and the people that say, but oh no, I still work and go to the gym. Don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against these people. I'm not trying to offend these people. But what I've seen is that practically none of these people have truly experienced what life without video games can feel like. And when I say truly experienced, I don't mean that they have had like a couple of weeks where they didn't play any video games for whatever reason. No, I mean they had a phase in their life where they did not play any video games at all for at least a couple of months, and they lived like an overall low dopamine lifestyle. So they also didn't numb their dopamine on social media, porn, etc. And they had goals. They had big goals, they had big ambitions that they could actually work towards. Most people defending video games have never given that a serious try. And most people, practically everyone that did give a lifestyle like that a serious try, says the exact same thing that I am saying and that the other YouTubers like Hamza are saying. They say, yeah, you know, maybe a life with video games can be fine, but this life without video games is just next level. The motivation that I feel, the big ambitions that I feel, the satisfaction that I actually get out of life, it is on a complete other level than what I felt when I did play video games and I felt fine. And I think this is why we see these scenarios where you have a YouTuber like Hamza that says, guys, video games are bad for you, quit playing video games. And then so many of his followers, they say, oh no, Hamza, I think you're wrong on this one. Generally speaking, you're right, but you have to be wrong on this one. This is why. It is because Hamza happens to be one of the relatively few people that actually knows what a life without video games can feel like. He has experienced life without video games. He knows how much better he feels without video games. And most people watching his advice have never experienced that. And so they find it very hard to imagine what a life like that could feel like. Or they find it hard to believe that such a great life is something that they can actually achieve for themselves. Because if you've never experienced that, and you've always kind of lived a lifestyle that was kind of, well, I'm not necessarily saying that your lifestyle sucked or anything, but if you've never experienced that, your subconscious brain is going to have trouble believing that, and it's going to try to rationalize the lifestyle that you currently have, because that is just what the brain does. The brain sort of always tries to cling on to the identity that you currently have. And so really, guys, the point of this video, I am not trying to tell you what to do. I am not trying to talk you away from playing video games. You can play video games if you want to, and assuming that you don't play them too much, you will probably be fine. Yes, if you only play them in the weekends, you only play them 1 hour in the evening, yes, you will be fine. You will not instantly become depressed. You will not lose all the motivation you have to go to the gym, whatever. No, you can be happy and you can go to your job and you can work towards your goals and go to the gym, etc. But you will feel better if you don't play video games. You will feel even more motivated. You will get even more satisfaction out of life. Especially if you have big goals, especially if you have big ambitions. You are going to notice the difference. Because again, practically everyone that I've seen that has truly given that lifestyle without video games a try, practically everyone says the exact same thing as I am saying, as Hamza is saying, and all the other people are saying. Because we have truly felt what a life like that can feel like. And I prefer it. I genuinely do. I think there is a very, very high chance that if you give it a serious try, that you are going to prefer it as well. Again, you can make your own choices, but please be aware of this. If you've never actually experienced what life without video games can feel like, try not to be too naive about it. Try not to just cling on to the identity that you happen to have because you happen to have that identity. At least give it a try, because it might actually make you feel better. In fact, it probably will. I can give you a damn near 100% guarantee that it will make you feel better.